What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Wednesday morning episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt. And we have another inconclusive result at the time of taping. However, it is a winning day. We do know that. As long as St. Louis doesn't play baseball tonight against the Nationals, which is Sonny Gray was one of our player props, that is most likely not going to happen because he is mostly not going to pitch because the game's not going to get played. So as long as that happens and we have just a refund of that bet, it's 1-0 on props. The Red Sox scored 10 runs themselves to go up 10-0. That hit the over for us. That's up 1 unit. And then the Brewers have 2 runs right now, and that game is now to the 7th inning. At the time of taping, it is 2-1 Milwaukee. So right now we would be down 1.32 units if that missed, but we are up 1.5. So for a second straight day, we are up very small and put us up about 0.3 units for the week, which obviously we want to be up more than down, but that's not an awesome start to the week. I've had much worse, so we'll take it here as we head into a Wednesday. So if by somehow against the bullpen for the Dodgers, we get 2 runs for the Brewers, well, then we're going to have a sweep and we're having a very nice day and we will be up 2.8 units on the day and make us about up 3 units for the week. So I don't know how that game finished, but hopefully we got 2 more runs out of the Brewers for their team total tonight against the Dodgers. That game was so much fun. I hope you guys watched that game. Mizorowski was just tremendous. He gives up the solo shot to Ohtani to start the game, and then he turns around and strikes out 6 straight batters. He then Ks Ohtani, and then he walked Ohtani on a pitch that was strike 3, I thought. But, I mean, he was unbelievable. That kid, what a fun night at the ballpark watching those two. Watching Ohtani, Kershaw, and Mizorowski. I mean, that's, if you were at that game last night, save that ticket stub. That's one of those games you're going to tell your kids about or your grandkids about, saying, I was there, I watched it, I watched how this all went, because, whew, very, very cool, very, very impressive stuff that we've seen here for if you're a baseball fan. If you're a baseball fan, that's just absolutely tremendous. That was so much fun. Okay, before I give you the picks, I got 3 bets today, 2 player props like normal. I'm going to add a play because we're going streaking today. I'm going Frank the Tank style. We're going to bet streaks. I'll explain here in just 1 second. But first and foremost, do you guys want to win this signed Jim Palmer baseball? If you do, it's free, up for grabs, courtesy of our friends at pristineauction.com. All you have to do is subscribe to the BettingPros YouTube channel right now. Drop a comment on any Daily Juice video, and you are in. We will make the announcement coming up as to who wins this autographed baseball from Jim Palmer on August the 1st. So make sure you turn on the notifications so you can be alerted when videos are dropping, and you can be alerted when you might be very well the winner of that baseball. Okay, let's start talking about the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays right now are going to, barring an absolute collapse, they're up 6-1 in the top of the 6th inning against the White Sox. They won the first game 8-4. They're up this game 6-1. The Toronto Blue Jays are going to win 10 straight games. 10 straight games. The final score of those games, 5-3, 5-4, 12-5, 11-5, 8-5, 4-3, 4-3, 3-2, 8-4, and now 6-1 or whatever this game winds up being. Rockies scored 2, by the way, so now it's 10-2. So we got 12. It flew over as we head to the game's over now. So Red Sox win 10-2. So that game flew over. The Yuri Perez went under 1.5 earned runs given up. He was tremendous today. So he got under 2.5. Yeah, it was under 2.5 earned runs. He only gave up 1. So that was the player prop that cashed. 11-1, the Miami Marlins up on the Reds here. But just a really impressive run here for the Toronto Blue Jays to win 10 straight games, and the majority of those games have been won on the run line, including both games against the White Sox. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to turn around and we're going to bet the run line. And I think this is a Toronto Blue Jays team that we can take advantage right now with how hot their bats are and they're playing a horrible baseball team in the White Sox. Now, pitching-wise, this is not the best pitching matchup we could hope for in terms of where we are with Toronto, but they're now 22-22 on the road, which has been a big question to me. Like, how good are they going to be on the road? Well, right now, they're really good. They're going to throw Eric Lawler, okay? Eric Lawler is 4-1 with a 2.65 ERA overall on the road. He's 3-1 with a 2.79 ERA, just 9 earned runs in 29 innings worth of work. And this team, the Blue Jays, have won 6 consecutive games started by Eric Lawler. 4-3 in 10, the win over the Angels. But the other 5 games that he pitched and the team won, they won on the run line. 5-3, 10-6, 8-1, 5-2, 6-4. Blue Jays on the run line up against the White Sox. I know the Hauser kid's not bad for Chicago, but we get all 9 at-bats, which is good. So we get all 9 turns at the plate with a road team here. Adrian Hauser's 4-2 with a 1.60 ERA overall, and at home he's 3-0 with a .47 ERA and opposing batting average of 188. He's been pretty good, but the team has actually won 3 in a row in 4 of 5 games started by Adrian Hauser. But it's the bullpen. I mean, he did beat these Blue Jays 4-2 in Toronto back on the 22nd of June. So Blue Jays have seen this guy. Little payback coming here. I'll take this shot on the run line with plus money here on Toronto. We'll go Blue Jays plus 120 for 1 unit on the run line. Now, as we're talking, the Baltimore Orioles bullpen, which is absolutely horrible, just gave up 4 runs to the Mets. So I was betting streaks. I'm going to keep it. I bet it, so we're going to keep it. But the Orioles were up 6-2 on the Mets, and now it's 6-6. They can still win the game, but I mean, this is the Orioles, who are 19-22 at home and have a horrific bullpen. And it's well documented how bad the Orioles bullpen is. Just gave up 4 runs. Lindor homered. Alonso homered. It's 6-6 as they go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Oh, no, we're still in the top of the 8th. 6-6 here. The Orioles aren't even out of it yet, which is amazing, given that game was over. But no, it never really is over when it comes to the Baltimore Orioles. However, Orioles today at home. This game is on MLB Network. It's a 1:05 Eastern time start for this game here. Oh, no, sorry, it's tomorrow. Sorry. That's Thursday. This is a night game. This is a 7 o'clock game. Seguno is pitching for the Orioles here. Seguno at home has a 4.91 ERA, a 3-2 record, 288 opposing batting average, 24 earned runs, 11 home runs given up, which is not good up against a Mets team that can hit the home run ball. But the team has won 4 of his last 6 starts. Didn't go great in the last start at Texas, 4 2/3 and 6 earned runs. His last home start was brutal, 5 innings, 7 earned runs, but the team scored 22 runs in that game. So they helped out a ton here, and he was basically just throwing batting practice there for how many, given the lead that he had. Beat the Yankees at the Yankees, went 3 2/3, give up 3 earned runs. Team won the game 5-3, and he beat the Angels 6-5 in 4 2/3 against at home in a 6-5 win. I'm going to back the Orioles here. Now, if they don't win this game, their winning streak is snapped, okay? And that would stink because they had won. I thought they would have won 4 games in a row. So when I bet it, I thought they'd win 5 games in a row. We're going for a streak. But I actually don't hate it all that much in terms of if they lose this game and they come back today with a chance to win it with Seguno. Peterson going on the mound for the Mets. And, Peterson on the road this year. Last start, 9-1 loss. Start before that, a 7-1 loss. Start before that, a 5-4 loss. Mets have lost the last 3 games started on the road by David Peterson. Last time out, he beat the Brewers 3-2 at home, but on the road, 5 and 3 earned runs for the season, a 4.44 ERA for David Peterson away from home, and a 1-4 record, opposing batting average of 249. So I'll take the shot with the Orioles. Baltimore, money line. It's plus money. Let's jump in on it. Plus money, plus 135 on the Orioles. Take a shot. It paid off for us last week when we did it. Let's do it again. Hopefully they win the game and they keep the streak going, but it would be 5 in a row it would be 4 in a row going for 5 in a row. But I don't know. That may not be the play. Speaking of streaks, the Boston Red Sox. Well, the Red Sox are 27-20 at home, and the Red Sox have been red hot at the plate. Let's go back to the game against the Blue Jays in which they scored 15 runs. Here are the total runs scored by the Boston Red Sox offense over basically the last 2 weeks. 15-3, 13-5, 4, 11, 10, 6, 9, 10. Over the last 5 games, the Red Sox have scored 11, 10, 6, 9, and 10 runs. That is a ridiculous number. The Red Sox have scored 86 runs in their last 10 games overall, their most in a 10-game span since 2015. The next highest current run total, the Astros with 57 over a 10-game span. Red Sox have 86, and they play at home up against this bullpen from the Rockies, which that game was 0-0 last night going into the 6th inning, and it wound up 10-2. The bullpen for the Rockies is absolutely awful. Lucas Giolito at home this year has been a nightmare. 5.83, 2-1 record, an opposing batting average of .339. However, at home against the Blue Jays in his last start, 7 innings, 1 earned run. Sorry, no earned runs, 1 run, a 15-1 win. He was pretty good. Against the Tampa Bay Rays, a 3-1 win in 6 innings there. And then against the Angels, that was the last time he started on the 4th of June. He was horrible. 7 earned in 1 2/3 innings worth of work. Giolito has not been awful at home over the last 3 starts. Zenzatella, however, for the Rockies on the road has a 6.32 ERA, a 1-6 record, opposing batting average of .380, 37 innings worth of work, 26 earned runs, and 7 home runs given up on the road. Teams, and this is important here, teams haven't scored a ton against him. 3, 5, 2, 10, and 7 runs scored over the last 5 starts, games started by Zenzatella. However, the Red Sox are red hot. The bullpen is so bad for the Colorado Rockies. There is no other game, there's no other play to make besides either the over in the game or the Red Sox team total. Red Sox team total is 5.5. Let's bet it. I mean, again, bet the streak. Red Sox are the hottest offense in baseball. They're at home. It's hot and muggy at Fenway Park. Rockies' bullpen is awful. Starting pitching is not going to be much better here. Red Sox to score 6 runs here. They've scored 10, 9, 6, 10, 11 in the last 5 games. Bet the streak. Red Sox team total over 5.5 at -106. All right, so the plays for today. Blue Jays on the run line at +120. The Orioles on the money line against the Mets at +135. Red Sox team total over 5.5 at -106. And there will be 2 Major League Baseball player props coming on the BettingPros app. Go and download the BettingPros app in the App Store or Google Play Store, and then search at Sports Talk Matt on the app. Follow me, then you'll be notified whenever I put up the player props, or you can go to bettingpros.com/Matt to see the player props as well. They'll post somewhere around 11 o'clock noon Eastern time coming up here for today. As we continue with that, we've started to roll here a little bit for the Betting Pros prop bet cheat sheet and started to kind of have some success with it, and we're starting to narrow our stuff down to actually see where we're at and we're going on. And again, we're not up to date yet on my MLB total, so I'm not really sure where we are. At last check, it was 43 and 37, up a little over, just barely over a unit. Player props were 7 and 9, but we're not at that. That number is not right for Major League Baseball player props. So we'll get an updated number for you guys later on today or tomorrow so I can pass that along. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all my socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning, wherever you guys get your podcasts. It is the Daily Juice.